Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, it's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 391. I want to talk about subscription pricing and ongoing pricing and service pricing and how you as a business might think about structuring things, working out how you might price your products. It's a little different. It's not quite tech related, but I really wanted to sort of hit it today because I've had an experience in the last week that's kind of left me a little miffed. A little miffed. So you all get to share in that little miffedness. How's that? I have a subscription that I take from a company. I pay a certain amount of money and I get a certain number of licenses. I am grandfathered in. I have been paying this money for 14 years. I've been paying the same amount of money for 14 years. No, they haven't come back to me and said you need to do a price upgrade. We're going to maintain it. But now I need to do an upgrade and I need to get more licenses. And I expected that I'd have to pay a little bit more because I want to take more and fairness, all of that. So I said, well, what's it going to cost me to take double the number of licenses? And they said 4 times the amount. 4 times the amount, quadrupled the amount. And I went, wow, your product hasn't got 4 times better. You still have problems with your product that I reported 6 years ago that you hadn't fixed yet. Why the price increase? Why such a big price increase? I mean, honestly, even double would have blown me away. 4 times? Wow. Oh, well, you'll be using more resources. And I challenged that one and I said, no, I won't. It's a digital product. I install it on my own servers. I install it on my client's servers. I'm not using any more resources. You don't, oh, we'll support them all. No, because I'm an agency and I do all the support. I do all the first level support, first and second level support, in fact. So by the time a client reports a problem and I do the troubleshooting, 80% of the time it's fixed. You don't even know it's a problem. And the 20% of the time that it does go through to you, you've got all the log files, you've got all the screen captures, you've got the video, the screen videos of what's going on, log files. I've done gone through all of your testing already. And honestly, by the time it gets to you at that point, it's normally one of 3 things or one of 2 things. It's a documentation issue. Your documentation is either wrong, so it's aged and you haven't updated it, or it's just wrong, or it's poorly written, which means it's not understandable. So someone reads it and goes, well, I'm doing this thing. Oh, no, that's not what that means. Well, that's a problem with your documentation, or you've got a bug with the product. You've actually got a bug that you need to fix. So by the time it's coming through to you and you work it out for me, because you have to work it out at this point. I can't fix your own code. You're actually getting benefit out of me doing this. So no, I'm not using more resources. I'm not using more support. It's not taking double the number of licenses isn't going to double the number of support requests you get. So no, I don't agree that this is worth 4 times the price. Yes, okay, maybe you've added a little bit more extra into it, and I would agree that I need to add, I need to pay a little bit more. I'm not upset with that, but I'm not paying 4 times the price. So why? Oh, well, we went out to the industry and we've looked at other products that are similar and they're charging that, so we think we can. I'm going to get canned on this one. I'm sure I am. I'm sure people are going to come and say things to me on this one. Just because the industry says you can charge something doesn't mean you should. Yes, I'm all for free markets. Yes, I'm all for companies making money and making profit. The point is that you get to a point that, are you making profit at your client's expense? Are you helping your client be successful? Or have you just got to the point that you are now greedy? That it's just got to that point of, oh, we can charge you, so we're going to, and we don't care about you and your profitability and your ongoing success, because that's how that feels to me. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. So what does that mean for us as business owners? And what does it mean for you? And why am I sitting here talking to you about this? I want you to think about your own client base, but I then also want you to think about, when you're taking a service from someone, and someone says to you, well, the industry says I can charge this. Do you want to push back sometimes? Do you walk with your feet? How do you handle it? What is your thoughts on it when you start to get that? I don't think that, necessarily we need to say, well, so-and-so is charging $10 an hour, so I'll charge $10 an hour. I think that if I can charge 25, so not if I can charge $25 an hour, I can say my rate is $25 an hour. Whether I charge $25 an hour for every piece of work I do, or whether I have another way of packaging prices, packaging my pricing to help people out, that's up to me. Do I say I charge $25 an hour? Because that's a laden rate, right? That costs, that should include all of my training costs and my tools and associations and certifications, and all of those things go into that $25 an hour. So if I say, look, I'm charging you $25 an hour, and I get in and I have to do an hour and a half's worth of research to learn about a particular part of your website that I may not be familiar with, do I charge you that hour and a half? Probably not. This might be where I differ a little to some people too. Probably not. And here's why I don't. That's a cost of doing business. That's in my $25 an hour. I can take what I've learned from doing this job and build my skills even further, build my abilities even further. There is a point that I might get to and say, well, look, that is a bespoke piece of software that was written for your website alone. It's very niche, it's very specific, and yes, I'm going to have to learn about it, and yes, I'm going to charge you to do some of that. That's not unreasonable, I don't think. But to say, well, yeah, so you're using this plugin that everyone else uses it, but I'm going to charge you my learning time on it, I think that's unreasonable. Personally, I think that's unreasonable. So I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I have gone back to this organisation, by the way, after they said this. I said, well, I want you to understand, and you feel free to pass this on to your management or not, but I want you to understand that I'm looking for alternate solutions now. I will not be taking the upgrade at that price. I will be putting new clients onto the alternate solution that I find, and I will be migrating my existing clients across to the new solution over time, and eventually the annual fee that I pay will cease because I will not use your service again. I certainly won't be recommending it to people. If I had thought that 4 times price was actually a reasonable price for the services that I'm getting, I would pay it without blinking. Well, I might blink an eyelid because might blink because it was eye-wateringly expensive. But if I felt I was going to get the value out of it, if I felt I could actually convert what I was getting for that into being more effective, being more efficient, saving money or making money, one of those 4 things, I would pay it. But I just can't see how I can convert that into what I'm doing the product has become expensive and not useful as a result of it. Just my thoughts. So what do you guys think? I mean, how do you handle it? What do you do when someone comes to you and says, hey, listen, I'm increasing my prices? I actually, look, honestly, I have suppliers that I go to and I say, hey, listen, we need to redo your agreement with me. We've been doing business together for a long time. You need to be charging me more for this, or we need to revamp how you're doing things with me, because I want to make sure that you're getting enough from me, that you want to keep me as a customer, so that you're here to support me going forward. I don't want to see my providers go out of business, because if they go out of business, it becomes my problem. Conversely, I don't want to be charging my clients so expensively, so much, and not providing good value that they can't be successful. So for me, and yet free market is a thing, and yes, I agree with it, but it's also about how do I, as a supplier and as a provider and a support person, help my customers, help my customers be successful. What do you guys do? How do you handle it? How have you had a case where you've seen a renewal come through or a price increase come through and you've just blinked and cried because it's so expensive? Have you been fatalistic about it and gone, well, I just have to pay it? Or have you voted with your feet? I'd really like to know how you've done it. What are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about the statement when you get these increases going, well, this is comparable with everything else in the market? How do you feel about that? Look, I keep going back to that one, and the reason I keep going back to that one, this is comparable with what's in the market, is what you end up doing is this ratcheting effect, right? Oh, this company's charging this much more, so we can't. Oh, we can charge more. Oh, we can charge more. Oh, we can charge more. And you just keep raising the price to the point that no one can afford it anymore. You're no longer successful. People are going to go and find other alternatives because it's now not cost effective. So how do you handle it? I'd love to know. It's a bit slightly different exercise today. I'm sorry. Episode. No, I'm not sorry that I've done it. I really would love to know your thoughts on it. I'd really like to understand how you as businesses handle price increases. I'd also like to get a feel for how you feel when you're told that you're getting a price increase. And just so you know, if you are one of my existing customers, no, I'm not looking at raising my prices to my existing customers. If I do raise my prices to new customers, it will only be a small amount. I don't believe in large price increases, particularly at the moment, 2025. It's a challenge with our pricing and our exchange rates and all of that. But I don't see that there's any benefit in me increasing my pricing, because that's just going to cause everything else to go up anyway. So yeah, let's not do that. So if you're an existing customer, I want to make sure that you understand how much I appreciate you and how grateful I am to you for being my client, for being with me. And I will be maintaining your fees at the rates they are for as long as I possibly can. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. And I would really love to know how you as my listeners and viewers handle when you get advised of price increases. Thanks, guys. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.